So I contact Allsopp and Allsopp, like I would say, in October, and with on the person of Stuart, because I wanted to check my finance if I was able like to buy a property. It's like a few years that I had in my mind, so I was like touch and go every time. And last year, 2019, I decided to touch base. So I was like, yeah, it's the year, then I go for it. So Stuart, after check my finance and like say that everything was good to go, so we decided to proceed and try to find a property, and he put me in contact with Craig. Crazy fact is that I knew already Craig from 2 years before when I was trying to buy a property, and so Craig and I went over a little bit, and we tried to see which kind of property I was like more interested in it, and so he dedicated his time to me, and then a few months later we finally found the right property and we got it. No, it was super good. Craig really helped me a lot. I was like really like impressed by it. Like I knew because like I knew already the company Allsopp and Allsopp before, and because of the name and other people suggested for sure, but definitely Craig, like it was like I think something impressive. It really did help, even when it was in holiday. It was great, really great. Now that everything is pretty much done, right? And Craig put me in contact with Robert and Rebecca, which they're assisting me right now for all the bank things there. Then I don't understand really much. So these guys are really helpful because right now they really answer every text, and this happen every 15 minutes to be honest. So like every once and then I have like a silly question. So and they are ready there to help me all the time, even calling me back because like sometimes I do really believe that I don't really know much. But these guys are really helping, really a lot. Rebecca especially, she's like my direct contact, and she's like at the top, like really an amazing team. They're really helping. Overall experience with Allsopp and Allsopp, I think it was like pretty great, even if I was a little bit like down for a moment, because like everything for a moment seems like it was not going to proceed as we want, because we were not able to find a property for one reason or another one. But like the guys never let me down. Even Craig, like Craig was always there ready for like, let's go and see this house, let's go and see this property, there is this property, or there is this property. So I reached a moment when like I was like, my brain was like just full of information, and I was like not able to process too much. So I was like, I need a break. Let's take a break. But instead of that, Craig actually like pushed me a little bit enough to find the right property. And like I wanted to stop, they helped me to take a break as well. But when they had the right property, they were always in chat. And at the end, we ended up finding the right property. So like I really appreciate by the fact they helped me taking a break, but don't lose the interest of me. Like, you know, maybe you might find people that as soon as you don't want money more, they leave you there. And I say, who cares? And they actually cared. And that was really nice from Craig, because like I really felt then he was really interested in helping me out, and I see that happen. So overall experience, it was super great with Allsopp and Allsopp, especially with Craig. At the beginning I was looking to buy in JVT. I think I like the area, I like the place, it's very close to my work, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. But I always had this like crush on Springs, and I really wanted to buy on Springs back in the day. As I was telling you, like the first time I met Craig was like to buy on Springs. So we spent the first couple of months trying to find the right perfect place on JVT, because I wanted to the corner house, I want the big garden, so there is not many property with the characteristics that I wanted, but like he was always helping me out. And so one day we went to see a property on the Springs, and my partner was like, do not buy on the Springs. She didn't like the property, like, you know, everyone has the same taste. And that was funny. One day Craig called me and says like, Mas, you need to come and see the Springs. And I was like, oh, you know, my partner don't really like it. We end up like, you know, and he was like, no, you have to come, you have to. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna come. And I went there, and I fell in love with the property. And it took me like 10 minutes to fall in love with the property, literally touch and go. So the first things I did was like, I called my partner. I was like, you must come and see this property. And as soon as she arrived, like we were like both of us stand, and that's actually the property we end up buying. So we moved from JVT to Springs just because like Craig suggested us, and I think like the major reason because like he ended up like looking at is because we trust him, and he knew what we were looking for, and he knew that property was suitable for us, and we're really happy about that because like it's closing a circle for me. I wanted to buy on Springs at the beginning, then we moved to JVD, and then we moved back to Springs, and now we're here and we're really happy with it, like very happy.